Hey everyone, welcome back to episode 3 of the Dull Music podcast. I'm Ben and I'm joined by my co-host Andy. And today on this episode, we're just going to get into pretty much everything and it's probably going to be pretty interesting, I hope. So, hope you all enjoy. We're going to kick things off with the Queen's shows that came up lately. If you want to kick us off, Andy.
Yeah, so fun story for everybody here. The night that the Joshua Tree show happened, Ben and I were in VC, and I hadn't seen any of the sound check leaks. I'm like, "Hey, Ben, I guarantee you Nick Oliveri is gonna sing Autopilot." And Ben's like, "Oh, no, he's
Here we
fucking
go.
not. No, he's fucking not." And I'm like, "I will bet you a beer." I'm like, "We're gonna talk about Sick New World later." I'm like, "You owe me a beer at Sick New World if I'm right." Then it happened, and then this motherfucker for, like, the last week has been like, "Oh, I never said that. I never said that." So I'm owed a beer, and my co-host is manipulating me. But no,
Well,
man.
we never shook on it. We never shook on it. So
You live in the fucking UK, how are we gonna shake on it?
virtually,
Uh,
but we didn't
but
send the emoji of shaking hands, so it never
oh,
happened,
yeah,
you know.
I'll send a fucking hand emoji to you next time.
Thanks,
But
man.
nah, I think it's really cool, that they're doing the catacombs again. I look forward to seeing, like, a lot of this back in their heavy fashion because I kinda miss heavy queens, but
Hmm.
the Joshua Tree show, and then, it's KXW, right, that they're doing
A KEXP, I think.
KXP,
KEXP.
yeah. Like, that's just really cool shit, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm jealous that I can't be there.
Yeah, I mean, the Catacomb shows, I never managed to get to one just because they only played one in London.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one complaint I've got. It's just a complaint I've got with any US based band that they only play like one show here and they play like a million in like every state in America.
Yeah.
So part of me is pretty jealous that I couldn't get to it, but the shows just look so fucking cool, don't they? I mean, that venue kind of just in the middle of the desert, just
Man, can
fuck.
you imagine? Middle of the desert, surrounded by cactuses, you're, like, a mile away from, Dave Ketching's studio, and you see Joey, you see Nick, and you see the Modern Queens lineup all in one night. It's
I'm sure
fucking
there was,
insane.
I'm sure there was, because I know they did the two shows. I'm sure that there was another one in the desert somewhere else as well, and I think there was like John Garcia. I think John Garcia got a picture with Josh as well. I don't know if you saw that online.
Oh, shit, no, I didn't.
Shout out to Better Living Through Queens of the Stone Age. I think they posted it up. So John Garcia was there. I think Scott Reeder was there as well, and
Damn.
Jesse Hughes as well. Like there was just everyone there. It seemed like it was
So,
pretty cool.
Caius reunion when?
Well, I kind of wanted to say something about that because I feel like, are we closer to one? I feel
I
like
mean, if John Garcia and Nick Oliveri and Scott Reeder are all seeing each other again, then I
yeah.
feel like we're really fucking close.
I think the only kind of thing getting in the way is Brant Bjork. I don't think Brant Bjork and Josh are on speaking terms, as far as I'm aware.
Shit.
Just based off of comments that I see everywhere.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're close. I feel like we could get something. I don't know if we'll get a full reunion, but I feel like we could get something. I think something might brew, over the next
If
couple of years.
we get another Caius album before I die, I will go into a supermarket and propose to the first, person stocking produce that I see.
I I would probably do the same. I think we should
Like,
do it together.
yeah, I'll be stocking produce, by the way, when that happens,
Yes, let's fucking go.
let's go! But, no, Caius reunion would be insane, but speaking of reunions, Prodigy is coming back. We touched on it briefly for Sick New World, and I'm so fucking stoked for that. I know we're gonna touch on it a bit later, but it kinda reminds me a few of the new singles that have come out have really gotten me back into that kind of music, you know?
Yeah, that kind of music I feel like is always better enjoyed live in a concert setting for me anyway. So
Yeah.
I'm very stoked to kind of get a feel for that. It'd be a pretty cool full circle moment because I know that my dad went and saw them like when they were really small at like a really small rave in the 90s or
Shit.
late 80s or something. So that'd be really fucking cool, you know, to kind of full circle it a little bit and get like a feel for that kind of stuff. So that would be really sick.
Yeah. Uh,
And yeah, like that entire lineup is great. I can't remember if we touched on it last episode.
I think we
Um,
did, but it wasn't, like, set in stone that we were both going. It was kinda just like a, "That would be neat," you know?
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, to kind of touch on that quickly, the lineup itself is System of a Down, Deftones. There's is it Slayer playing like a
Yeah.
40-year anniversary
Slayer playing the
thing?
entirety of Reign of Blood, before them's fucking Evanescence, which I love Evanescence.
I love. Is it Amy Lee, the
Yeah, it's
front woman
Amy
of it?
Lee.
Yeah, Amy.
She
She's
has
the
a
queen of. Yeah, she's the best.
emo queen, yeah.
Literally. I'd be really happy to see them live. I feel like that would be a very like in a way I would say like almost like a bucket list thing for me actually.
Yeah.
Um, Seeing a lot of bands on that lineup actually are kind of high on my list. To be
Yeah,
honest, especially Deftones.
like Failure, right?
Like Failure, no, not like Failure. I have I have actually heard that Failure are very boring lately. I've heard that they're just not very good. I know obviously they're an iconic band. We have our own little
Yeah.
inside joke about it, but I've heard that they're just not very good anymore.
What I've
So
heard is, like, they've had very disappointing live shows over the past couple of years. So,
yeah, I've also heard mixed things about to kind of just go off on this lineup quickly. I might throw up a little graphic on screen if people are watching as well, or I'll post something on my Instagram so you
yeah,
guys can
you'll
kind of have like a deeper dive.
just forget to throw that graphic up on there again.
Oh, like last time. I will do it. I will do it. I will do it. I'm gonna edit it right away. I will do it. So on this lineup itself, so Mastodon, I've heard very kind of strange things about as well lately. Obviously,
Really?
yeah, I forget which member of the band unfortunately passed
Um,
away last year. I think was it
their
Brett Hins? I think
yeah,
was it
it
Brett Hins?
was their guitarist. He died, on his motorcycle. A transfer truck slammed into him going, like, 80 miles an hour and just kinda immediately took him out. But
Fucking savage.
what weird
That's just
things have
so
you heard
sad.
about 'em then? Because I heard, like, they're back on fire, like, they're back where they were a few years
Well,
ago.
this is kind of like the weird sort of catch-22 situation I'm in because a lot of people, and it might be more so the diehard Mastodon fans that I'm seeing,
Yeah,
kind of saying like the impact that he actually had on the band was a lot more important than they actually thought. Obviously, now that he's not there, they're kind of
yeah,
like hearing maybe like little tweaks and stuff in the live performance. I've watched my For You page has been flooded with people going to Sick New World, Las Vegas. So I've seen a bunch of videos and reviews of all the different bands that are playing there.
yeah.
And most of the time it's a good review, but then when I look in the comments, people are like, "Damn, it's just not the same without this person or without this person." But I
Yeah, but
do
it's
take that with a
also
pinch of salt.
like, you have to take it with a pinch of salt because half these people like, Prodigy kicks ass now, Snot has a new vocalist that's, like, approved by the whole band, and
Hmm.
everyone like, all the elder emos or, like, old heads, no matter what, of course, it's not gonna be the same. It's like
Yeah.
people that say Alice in Chains isn't the same without Lane Staley, but also they're so bitter and sour that they're allowing it to ruin the music, you know?
I mean, I feel like this is the thing with Alice in Chains specifically. I do agree. Obviously, they're not the same without Lame, but they're still great. Like if
Yeah.
and the thing is that the one thing that annoys me of Alice in Chains fans is when they're like, "This just isn't Alice in Chains." Well, it is
Yeah,
because
Jerry
Jerry's there.
is Alice in Chains. Sean Kinney is Alice in Chains. Like,
The person that like the founder of a band, if they're still in the band, it's still a band. Like it's still that band.
yeah,
You know, that's
it's like
just the bottom line.
I don't consider Leonard Skinner anymore because none of the original members of Leonard Skinner are there. It's like a ship of Theseus of Southern rock. But
Exactly.
like, you're telling me that one member dies? Like, I get it for bands like Linkin Park, right? Like, I could get that argument for Linkin Park where it's like, okay, they were on a completely different path musically, and then their lead singer dies. A few years go by, and they're like, "Hey, guys, remember when we did Hybrid Theory? What if it had a woman on the mic?" And it's like, that's cool, the music is good, but it automatically is put at a lower level by a lot of people just because it's Linkin Park. Like,
Yeah.
it's how I feel. I think Audioslave did it perfectly. Chris was originally gonna fill in for the vocalist for Rage Against the Machine. They started jamming. They were like, "Oh shit, let's just make like a separate side thing." And they did.
By the way, can I just say that he would have never have filled in there well, I don't think. I just don't think that would have worked. Do you?
I
Like,
agree 100%. But that's what I'm saying. It's like they recognized that he added something that was too different sonically, and they went under like a side project name. But
yeah. Yeah.
imagine if Audioslave was released as Rage Against the Machine, people would be fucking pissed.
Yeah. Well, 100%. And it's weird, like there are certain sort of bands as well where it's like I can't so like this is my argument with all that as well. Like I do understand people just maybe just not being into New Alice in Chains, just to use them as an example.
Yeah.
I get that. Your music is fucking subjective. In my opinion, they still kick ass. I think they're really good.
Yeah,
It's not,
100%.
it doesn't scratch the same itch as like OG Alice in Chains does, just because that's the Alice in Chains that when I think of Alice in Chains, I think of like Jar of Flies, Dirt, Self-Titled, like I think of
Yeah.
those albums. Um, so I can kind of understand it, but I think some people just need to appreciate that they're still there. Like they're still performing, you're still hearing
100%,
the
man.
songs. Like if there was an Alice in Chains tribute band at Sick New World, I'd probably be inclined to go see them just because I really like listening to Alice in
Yeah.
Chains songs. It doesn't matter who's performing them, as long as you can hear them. And it's the same thing with Queens of the Stone Age, with like some of the songs from Songs for the Deaf and Rated R and stuff, because obviously Nick Oliveri and Mark Lanegan were very crucial to that album. And some
100%.
people dog on Josh, for some of his performances of those songs. And I think sometimes people just need to be like, well, of course he's not going to scream like a 30-year-old Nick Oliveri.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
he's in his 50s and he's not a screamer anyway.
who the
Like
fuck could scream like 30? Half the time, Nick Oliveri can't scream like a 30-year-old Nick Oliveri.
exactly. If Nick Oliveri was still in the band, Millionaire probably wouldn't sound good still. I
Yeah,
don't think.
I don't think they would put it on the set list, man.
I think it might still be there, but I just don't think it would be. I think it's mainly there just because it's hype. Like even without the lyrics, like if there was no vocals in that song, it's still hype. If that was just
Yeah,
purely just, without that, I think everybody would still love it. Um, it's kind of like how the Prodigy, for example, they play their song Firestarter. They just play an instrumental now for that song.
shit,
Um,
really?
yeah, because obviously Keith, who was in the band, passed away. So it's kind of like a homage to him that they're not going to actually like sing. They're not going to
Yeah,
perform it. They're just going to like play the instrumental out. And then I think a lot of the fans normally, kind of fill in for them and stuff, which is pretty cool. Um,
that's actually so fucking sweet, dude. Yeah, it reminds
yeah,
me of, like, what Linkin Park did, the day after Chester died. Maybe it was a couple months after. You know, where they had, like, a stage with, like, an empty microphone and a light on the microphone and let the
yeah,
fans sing for Chester?
yeah. And doesn't Tom Morello do something like that as well for like sound for Audio Slave stuff, or
I think he
am I
does.
off? I've
I
seen a
think
clip
I've
of it.
seen stuff, but
Like I think he did it for Like a Stone, maybe. Maybe he does it for like a bunch of songs. I've never
yeah.
actually seen Tom Morello live. I've never
Would
like
you?
watched a full. Maybe I don't know. Like he kind of. I don't know. Tom Morello he just kind of annoys me a little
Yeah. Well,
bit.
I have a hot take about that, right? Everybody shits on Tom Morello solos, but I actually really fucking like every Tom Morello solo.
What? Where he's just like meow.
Yeah, because, it's all about the feeling, dude. It's not a guitar solo in, like, the weedly deedly shreddy way. It's like a guitar solo in the way that you feel it and you can, like, bob to it, you know? And sometimes you're like, "Oh, what the fuck's happening?" But then you listen to it and you're like, "Oh, this is kinda like."
Well, like I just think that just sounds like Gardenia by Caius.
Well, yeah, obviously I'm biased, man, so
But No, I mean I've kind of like I think he makes and breaks a lot of Audio Slave songs. Like I feel like he does some great work at the beginning, in the middle of song, and then it's kind of towards the end it just kind of like fizzles out a little. Like it can kind of ruin it sometimes. You know, like for a lot of the
Yeah.
times, this might sound insane to some people. I don't know, but I listen to like half an Audio Slave song and then skip it.
What?
Purely just down to Tom Morello.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah, like a lot of the endings in audio, you know, like when he's kind of like the song's kind of fizzling out and he's doing his weird fucking helicopter noises with his guitar and
Yeah, but
shit,
like
and I'm
that's
just
one of the best parts of the song, dude.
I don't th I think people will agree with me. I don't think it is.
Oh my god, man.
I see a lot online. I think people agree with that. I don't think
Yeah,
they
that's
enjoy it.
the issue. The issue is you sound like the people I was just bitching about.
Oh my God, here we go.
Yeah, oh, here we go, here we go. Uh, Speaking about other people though, we got a few questions, right?
Yeah, yeah, we have got a few. I sent them over to you, right? Do you want to kind of kick us off or?
Yeah, so first question is from Mo. If you
Yep.
could bring any artist back from the dead, who would it be?
Oh, I hate this question, but I love it at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, I got my answer to it, man.
Straight away you've got your answer.
Yeah, straight away,
Uh,
Lanigan. Mark Lanigan.
really?
Yeah, I miss Mark Lanigan so fucking much, dude. He had just gotten sober. He was doing so well, and then he got really fucking sick and passed away. But,
Yeah.
like, imagine I hate to go, imagine what music he would have
He would
written,
have been at the
but
Catacomb shows. 100% he would
he
have
would have
been
been
there.
at the Catacomb shows. Like, I
He
never
would have
got
toured.
never got to see him. He would have toured, man.
I think he would have literally like became a part of Queens again for those shows. And I think he would have even performed some of his own songs because I know that Josh did like a homage to him, didn't he? I think he covers
Yeah, he would,
one of his songs.
end all the shows by playing, 100 Days over the loudspeaker.
Yeah. See, I could imagine like because that's very Mark Lanigan, ain't it? Like especially with solo stuff, I feel like that would
Yeah,
go down so well at those Catacomb shows.
but no, I've
Maybe he would even
really
open for them.
that would be fucking holy shit, Mark Lanigan opening for the but no, I of late especially, with some of his album anniversaries having just passed in the past couple of days, I really fucking miss Mark Lanigan, man. Like, what
You
about
sounding
you?
like Grunge Bible. I feel
Yeah,
like whenever I need my Mark Lanigan fix, I'm straight on Grunge Bible. It seems like they always have something up for him. I had like a phase where I kind of posted about him near enough every other day as well.
yeah,
Um, I'm also into his stuff that he did with Queens and Screaming Trees and
yeah,
that like little brief stint with Mad Season and stuff. But his solo stuff is good. It's just very situational for me. Like it's very
yeah,
circumstantial. It's very like I have to be in the mood for it. Whereas Lanigan in Queens is like the best version of Lanigan in my opinion. I don't know if you'd agree with that or not.
I
Um,
would agree with you to an extent. I
mhm.
think it's a very, like, Chris Cornell kind of situation where he sounds his heaviest and, like, most vocally talented with
Mhm.
those bands, but I feel like his best work comes from his solo.
Yeah, I think it just kind of depends on what you want, I
Yeah,
guess. I mean, when I listen to like God is in the Radio, I just see that as the best Lanigan
yeah.
performance on a song.
Well, my favorite Lanigan performance of late, and I'm totally not saying this because 'cause I've cried to it for the last, like, week and a half straight,
No, oh no.
Strange Religion, off of
It's a great
Bubblegum.
track. It's a
It's
great track.
dude, it's one of those things, this is gonna sound so fucking stupid, but if love, like, existed as a song, that's what it would sound like.
Sounds like your close friend story on Instagram.
Oh, shut the
I
fuck up, dude. God, man.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I agree though. No, okay.
Yeah.
If we're gonna be sappy, I agree. Yeah,
Yeah, you're a
I
fucking
think
dick is what you are.
I know I am. I think if I could bring someone back from the dead, I would go with, and this is really difficult. I think hmm, like like my brain is kind of just going towards Lane, to be honest.
Yeah,
Um,
Lane, not Chris.
well, we got Chris for a little bit longer, didn't we? Like Chris
Yeah.
passed in 27, maybe?
Yeah. My only
Maybe, yeah.
worry, I would have said Lane over Lanigan, right? But thing is, Lane was at a horrible, horrible place. And I
And like
guess
all the abuse to his body and like his mind and
yeah,
everything, like
my
would have
worry would
probably
be
have
like,
led to, yeah.
yeah, you bring him back and he's just as fucked up as he was, and then he just passes again shortly after.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of the sad reality of it, I guess. I mean, if we can 100% sort of have them be, if we can have them be 100%, I would probably go Lane. Obviously, like there's Scott Weiland, you've got Chester, you've got
Yeah.
Chris, you've got Mark. There's so many names that there isn't a wrong answer,
Can we
obviously.
bring them all back?
Yeah, can we cheat the question?
Yeah, can we
Can we
just, like,
choose 50?
let's just not answer the question and instead name every artist we like that's dead.
And not just artists, I'll bring like my old dog back, I'll bring my old cat back, I'll bring my granddad back. I'll
Uh,
just bring everyone back.
Imagine Mo asks this question and you're like, "Oh yeah, there was this one pigeon that a guy named Devo kicked."
If you don't know about Devo, then get
Oh
to
my
know.
god. Yeah, everybody that's made it this far, look up Devo kicks pigeon.
If you made it this far, just comment a pigeon emoji in the comments.
Is there a pigeon emoji?
There is, yeah. It's a great emoji as well. I'll for this post when I announce
God.
that this podcast up, I'm just gonna put a bunch of pigeon emojis in the
Oh
caption.
god. Moving on though from the fucking pigeon emoji.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on posers in the music scene? Like, how do you feel about them? I'm letting you answer this one first because I have too much to say.
Yeah. Right. So posers in the music scene, they are harmless for the most part. I
Yeah,
think they are very harmless. I think this does actually tie into something we are going to talk about soon. Um, and that is to do with like MGK and stuff, right?
yeah,
And I think for the most part, it does annoy me a little bit sometimes, but I'm not an entitled person. Like I don't go to a show and I'm like, I am the most rock person here. I embody metal. You know, like I don't walk
yeah.
into a mosh pit and I'm like, I am the metal. You know, like I don't do that. So like if I
Okay,
see
Jack Black.
someone, yeah, I am the metal. My voice is fucking powerful. That's awful. Um, that was my Jack Black impression, if anyone didn't clock that.
That was
Um,
fucking awful. That was Jack Black?
if his balls just didn't drop. Yeah,
Jack Gray, yeah.
Jack Gray. Um, yeah, to be honest, they don't bother me as much as they bother other people. I understand why it bothers other people. The
Yeah,
one thing that gets me, and this links into this, and it is a thing as well. This is to do with posers. Is you get it a lot on Instagram, on my page especially. You know, like I'll post something up and people are instantly kind of on the defensive and they're like, no, this is better and this is better. But in reality, it's kind of like the Anthony Fantano thing. You know, in terms of like he thinks that he's listened to like every song imaginable and that like
yeah,
his rating is the best rating for everything and like whatever he says is the best. That's kind of how commenters on my posts are. And I think that is kind of like almost being a poser. You know, like
yeah,
you can't comment on an album if you haven't listened to it, or if you've listened to half of it, or if you've just listened to
yeah.
the best hits from that album. You know, like I'm not gonna walk
It's
around here and say I've listened to every Metallica album because I haven't. Just being honest, I haven't listened to every Metallica album. There's
yeah,
a lot of them, you know. So if a Metallica fan tried to get in a debate with me about Metallica's greatest hits, I can't engage in that conversation besides just giving the songs that I know,
yeah, and
you
it's
know.
also, like, one of those things where you see so often I'm gonna be very absurd here, like, someone will go, "Man, Mongolian throat singing fucking sucks." But
Might as
it's
well
like,
South
"Okay,
Park.
but how many minutes of it have you listened to? Did you just look up Mongolian throat singing, listen to, like, 30 seconds and go, 'Yeah, this is hot ass'?" Or did you, like, actually delve into the genre, you know?
Yeah. Oh, dude, 100%. And not to cut you off or anything, but I have a
No, you're good, man.
similar thing I saw on my Instagram the other day, and it was this lady, and she was on the subway, I think, in New York, and she goes up to this random dude and starts like interviewing him, and he's got his headphones in, and it might be staged like a lot of those videos where it's like,
Yeah,
can I get a house tour at your house? And they're like, yeah, come with me, like that kind of bullshit.
100%.
Um, and he shows him his phone, and he's listening to a band called Speed, who are like a hardcore band. They're playing at
Oh
Sick New
shit! Yeah,
World.
yeah, yeah. I know Speed.
Yeah, they're playing at Sick New World. I really want to see him, and
Yeah, we're going to see him. I mean, no spoilers. We might go see him.
I just want to say as well with Speed, awesome people. The front man of the band, there's a clip online of him talking about sort of concert culture and the fact that we should all just kind of let everybody in. Like it doesn't matter if you're a fucking vegan, if you're black, you're white, if you're gay, if you're straight.
Yeah,
He's very open to everyone, and I really appreciate that, especially in the hardcore scene, because the hardcore scene can be a little bit strange at times with the fan base and stuff. So he's really kind of like shaping it into a good place. But anyway, this dude was listening to Speed, and he gives the girl his headphones, and she listens to literally 20 seconds of the song, and she's like, "Oh, so like, how does this genre impact you and stuff?" And he's saying like the typical things like, hardcore shows are amazing. It helps me get my anger out.
yeah.
It's a safe environment. It's a great place to meet like-minded people, which that's kind of what hardcore's there for. And she's like, "Yeah, to be honest, like this music." It just doesn't really touch me in the way that other genres do, and that's why I don't really listen to it. But before that, she said she's never listened to hardcore music before. So you can't listen to 20 seconds of a
Yeah.
song from a specific band in that genre and then say, that's like me listening to 20 seconds of an Imagine Dragon song and saying I'm not into rock music. Like that's,
Well, your issue there is you're saying Imagine Dragons and then rock, but
well, this is like the thing with Imagine Dragons is
yeah,
like technically they won that award, didn't they? So
yeah.
technically,
Also,
um,
other thing is, right,
mhm.
20 seconds could be a full-length hardcore album for some artists. So,
It sounds like the name of a hardcore band. Just 20 seconds.
20 seconds, yeah. It's written from a lead singer's personal experience with a groupie.
Yeah. That was good.
Thank you, thank you. But, nah, man, what else you got? What else you gotta
Also,
add?
no, sorry to like sort of go off on that a little bit, but
No, you're
you were
good, man.
mentioning like the Mongolian thing. Is that do you have like a comparison that you could maybe give like what I've gave a little bit? Like, do you experience it?
Yeah,
Because you go to
dude,
a lot of
like,
shows,
I go to arguably too many shows, but
probably. Is there such thing though? Is
well,
there
fuck
such
you
thing?
too, man. There is no such thing, but it's weird. It's especially in Austin, there's so many people that go just to say that they went to something. Like, they'll hate the music, but they'll go just to post on their social medias that they went to a heavier show.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
it's really weird, man. Like, you'll run into people where it's their first time ever going to a hardcore show. Maybe it's their first gig just in general. Maybe they hate the music, but their friend invited them. I mean, I went to a concert last night and I met so many people, myself included, that had just never heard of half of the bill.
yeah, yeah.
Um, but in terms of posers, I don't really have an issue with it until those posers start calling out other people.
Oh yeah, that's
Uh,
always weird. Yeah,
because
it's when they try and like hold themselves above you and stuff. That's weird. Yeah,
it's like on your page when you post stuff about like self-titled or songs for the deaf, and someone goes, "Yeah, but Villains is their best album." And then you pry a little bit deeper, and it turns out they've only listened to Villains and, like, Clockwork.
yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like, you haven't done a fucking you can't say this is the best of the best if you haven't listened to the rest of it.
Exactly,
And these
exactly.
are the same people who, like, go to shows, and if an artist doesn't play their most popular song, they're pissed off, not understanding you're going to hear the artist play what they feel like playing that night. Like,
In their discography of like
yeah,
80 songs, like they've
like,
got 80 songs to choose from there.
I go to
Like
a
it's
Queens of the Stone Age show now, and no one knows. Great fucking song, but I wouldn't be disappointed if I didn't hear it live, you know?
yeah. But for
Because
someone, that's the song they're kind of going there for. So it's
yeah,
kind of yeah,
like, don't get
100%.
me wrong, first ever Queens show, I wanted No One Knows because it's my
Me too,
first
yeah.
ever Queens show, but, like, nowadays, I'm like, "Okay, are they gonna play something new
Tangled
instead
up and
of"
plaid. Something like that,
oh, dude,
something
I
off
would
of Lullaby.
Any Tangled Up in Plaid has me going right now.
They just play that 23 times in a
Yeah,
row.
you've probably seen it on my earbuds. I think I listened to it like 80 times in the last week.
You have a problem.
I do. I'm, tangled up in plaid right now, so
Yeah.
but nah, posers don't really bother me until they make them being a poser everybody else's problem, and that's all I gotta say about that. But to piggyback off of that, I see a question from a sexy, sexy motherfucker here named Andy, who's drumming with a band Dining with Devils.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, little side tangent, by the way. We release a song this Friday. It's the last song off of our debut album, and Ben's heard it. I think it's gonna be a really good one. We got some PR stuff going for it, so I hope if you guys made it this far, you'll check it out because I'm really excited for you to hear it.
It's really fucking good, and it's kind of I've told him this a million times. I'm not gonna, blow his, I'm not gonna like blow him anymore about it, but there's a very
Oh
clear
man.
progression. There's a very clear progression from early Dining with Devils, their first sort of music, and then to now. It's really good. They've came a long way, and I feel like this new album is kind of gonna catapult them
Yeah.
hopefully into,
I
playing
appreciate
some
that,
bigger
man.
shows.
But on that note, uh, Andy asked, "What is be"
Is it Andy Floyd?
Yeah, it's Andy Floyd. What is being punk to you, Ben? Like, what does it mean to be punk? I know a couple people fucking hated you for asking that on your post the other day.
Yeah, I'm not too sure why. I don't know why they were so offended by it. I mean, I kind of just wanted to get it out there because we wanted to ask it for the pod, obviously.
Yeah,
I think I posted it on the podcast page as well. And I brought up a few comments actually to try and kind of go off of that a little bit as well and see what other people are saying. Um, and a few people are a little bit swayed, I think anyway. I don't think there's like necessarily like a bang on correct answer, but I think
yeah.
there are definitely wrong answers. If that makes any sense.
I
Um,
think so, yeah. Like, if someone, for example, says punk is about supporting Nazis and being pro-genocide, that's like a obvious wrong answer, but
yeah, then we should probably like knock them out or
yeah,
something.
probably, like, report them to the local authorities or whatever, but
Or take matters into our own hands, obviously.
yeah.
But
Man, have I told you my punch a Nazi story?
uh, no, I don't think so.
I'll tell you in a second, but first, feel free to keep going off.
Okay, I'm intrigued now. Um, I've gone through a few comments. I'm not gonna list people's usernames, but obviously, if you want to go back and look at the posts, it's on our page, and you can get a gauge of that yourself.
Yeah.
Um, so somebody like compared it to Jack White, for example, and they said it's a great way to describe what I feel punk is. It's real, gritty, and it's timeless. I kind of agree with that in a way, but I'm
Yeah.
looking for more of a different answer, like in terms of as a punk, you kind of need to be, for me anyway, it's kind of like anti-establishment. It's kind of like
Yeah.
going against sort of societal norms and like not really kind of going against the grain a little bit, you know? Um, and I feel like the punk community is kind of dying because there are so many different variations of what punk means,
Yeah.
And I've never like gone out there and claimed to be like, I am the most punk motherfucker, and I'm not, I'm definitely not, but there are like parts of that I think are in us all, especially with the music that we listen to and the things we like and the
Yeah.
things we do, the people we talk to. It's going to rub off on you. And I think especially with the way the world is going at the minute, we need a sense of community. We need that punk sort of community.
100%.
Um, but for me anyway, it's just kind of going against the grain a little bit and being anti-establishment, kind of not. Not being told what to do all the time. Kind of Rage Against the Machine-esque, even though I'm not going to get into that, but they're Um,
No,
I'm
no,
not gonna
go ahead,
say
go
what I
ahead. Keep
think.
keep going, keep going, keep going.
Um, yeah, I'm not gonna say any more on Rage Against the Machine, but early Rage Against the Machine, yeah, I think they're a great example of it. You might disagree, I don't know. People will disagree, but I think that's the beauty of it. Um, but yeah, just going against the grain, being anti-establishment, and kind of not putting up with bullshit, not kind of being a sheep as well. I think too many people are sheep You know, people hear like somebody talking about being punk on a fucking TikTok, and then their representation of being punk is just that one video that they saw, and that's what they think being punk is. Like somebody in the comment section was like, being punk is being feminist and being this and that. And I don't think it is. I don't think that's necessarily the core
Yeah.
answer. Um,
I
being
mean,
anti-fascist is punk, obviously. Um, bring justice and hope to the world, somebody said. Absolutely agree. Speaking out against injustice, I agree. Living after your own rules and values, no matter what other people think. I agree. I agree with that as well. You know, there's so many things here that I do agree with that people are saying. Somebody just put, "Get out of my way, I'm doing this." 100%. That's a great way of just putting it, like very
yeah.
simply. Get out of my way, I'm doing this. That's punk, you
I mean,
know?
another guy told you to fuck yourself, and I feel like that's a very punk reply, but I can't tell if they were saying it to, like,
What's
be
his
like,
name?
"Yeah, that's punk." The Rudster.
The Rudster.
But
It's Tim Ruddy. Fuck you,
yeah,
Tim Ruddy.
yeah.
He's always commenting some bullshit on my posts. Fuck you, Tim Ruddy.
But nah, man, to me, being punk, like, you can say as much as you want about it being, like, anti-establishment, anti-capitalist.
Hmm.
Really, all it is to me is just being authentic to you and not being an asshole to those around you. Because that covers everything. Not being an asshole to those around you is inherently anti-capitalist because capitalism makes it so you have to fuck over the common man.
Can I ask though?
Yeah.
Do you think that people are just being assholes to people nowadays for no reason? Because I
Yeah,
think they
dude.
are. I think people just create these problems within their head because everybody's so paranoid about the modern world or something. Like you can like listen to a band or you can like a certain thing. Like I tell people I like watching the UFC. And because the guy that owns the UFC, Dana White, has ties to Trump, has ties to Trump, people then assume that everybody that likes the UFC loves Trump. And
Which
that's really
definitely
just not
not the
the
case
case.
for you at all, yeah.
I think it's one of the stupidest things to kind of say. It's like that's like me saying, oh, you like this artist that's signed to this record label that has ties to the Israeli government or something. So that must mean that you love what's going on over there. And that's just not the case. You know,
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
mean,
people need
there's
to get the stick out their ass and just kind of get on with it. You know,
I have thoughts about that. I'm the exact opposite of you, where I'm like, "Oh, I don't watch this because it has these ties, or I don't do this because it has those ties." But that's just like a difference in character. You know, not saying that like your character is bad or mine is better. It's just like a difference in how we go about things, you know?
I just think in the modern world now, with the amount of stuff that's come out, it's very hard to kind of get away from these things. Like,
Yeah.
you know, for example, like you see all the stuff that's happening in the Middle East right now. Like, everybody is boycotting everything. So, like, can I just not fucking shop anymore? Can I not get a drink? You know, it's kind of like those types of things. So, I know like a bunch of people in the
God,
US,
you're
for
so
example.
fucking British. Jesus Christ.
I know a bunch of people in the US are like boycotting Target or like boycotting Starbucks and boycotting all these things. But
Yeah.
you know, in my opinion, people can't be like shitting on somebody for not boycotting something, but then going and doing all of those things. I feel like you kind of have to boycott it all or
Yeah,
not.
it's
'Cause, you
like
know, it's
one of those things where I see that all the time. This goes back to that poser thing. You can't claim to be anti something if you're still fully in support of it. Like,
yeah, yeah,
you're
yeah, exactly.
anti-capital I'm anti-capitalist, right? I'm just putting that out there. I think capitalism's not the greatest thing of all time. Big shocker coming from the alternative man, but because of that, I don't shop at a lot of big businesses. Like, I don't really use Amazon. I shop pretty much exclusively
He
locally.
forages for his own stuff.
Yeah, I
He
forage for my own
forages
berries.
back in the day when fidget spinners were a big thing, like he used to forage for his own, like he used to just fucking create them himself and stuff. Like it was his
I
big
used to
thing.
carve them out of rock, so
Yeah, fidget
but
spinner
no,
reference in
like
2026.
oh,
Hell.
Jesus Christ, you're right, yeah. What is it, 2016 again?
Yeah, I miss it. I miss it. Anyway, keep going.
But no, like, you fucking derailed me with the fidget spinner thing, but
I found one the other day in like a in a drawer that was just like,
Jesus, really?
yeah, and I've been playing with it all day. I'm easily pleased.
I've been playing with it all day, and I'm easily pleased is a crazy back-to-back combo of words.
My fidget spinner. I feel like even that's a euphemism.
No, but to me, like, being punk is just fucking being you and not supporting things that hurt the common man. Like, you can't be a billionaire's cocksucker if you're a punk because that's inherently not the values that the genre has.
Yeah. I have a question actually,
Yeah,
just to ask you specifically.
yeah.
So we've spoken about this briefly. So can you be a musician that's like in the punk space, and then when you eventually blow up and make millions of dollars, are you still punk?
Uh,
Do you know what I
I
mean though?
yeah,
Like,
man.
are you
Like,
still,
my thing
can you live
is
in a gated community and have businesses and sell your merch for $50 a piece for a t-shirt and stuff? Like, are you still punk at that point? Because I don't
like,
think you are.
I don't think my thing is right. I look at bands like Green Day, and I know they're not the best idea like, example of punk because they always leaned more pop punk than anything.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I look at them and I'm like, they used to write music when they were my age, and it was about, like, societal injustice, jacking off in your bedroom, stuff like that. But now
just boy
these
stuff.
yeah, just man stuff, just boy and man stuff, but
Yeah,
now they're in their 50s, they're millionaires, they have coffee companies, they sell box sets of their records for, like, $400, which we'll touch on with this next question coming up after. But I feel like you can't be punk if you're doing that. Even because at that point, it's not purely just a record label thing. Like the band has to sign off on shit like that, you know?
yeah, 100%.
Like
And that kind
how
of
are
goes into what we spoke about last episode as well with the
yeah,
ticket prices and
like
stuff. Like,
how are you going to be a punk band if you're playing the biggest sports arena for the biggest sports game of the year and you don't even make a statement during it?
yeah, yeah. That should be the bare minimum, shouldn't it? Like you
Yeah.
surely like if you've got an audience, that many eyes, that many people on you, especially with what's going on in the world right now,
Yeah.
surely you speak out and use that platform to not only your advantage as a band, but to your people, like the people that are in a similar space to you, they're your people, you're the voice for them. The average
Yeah,
person doesn't
100%.
have that platform. So I totally agree with you there. And I think it is kind of like I don't think there's necessarily probably a way to avoid that. I think once you do become a millionaire, a billion, whatever, you have all these businesses, you have all this money, you have all this fame, you probably do lean away from that. Like you
Yeah,
can't really be punk and be living in a gated community in the hills, in
I
the hills of
agree.
LA. Like it just
My
doesn't
other
work for
thing
me.
is you can still have a punk mindset, you just don't have all
You're
of
not
the
living it.
value. You're not living it, which I'm not saying that living a punk lifestyle is the best thing ever. I'm not saying being a millionaire is the best thing ever, but those 2 inherently don't go hand in hand. You know, you can be
Yeah.
a politically active millionaire that supports the common man, but you can't be a common man who's a punk and have millions of dollars and live in a gated house in Hollywood Hills.
Because they don't know what it's like to be me and you and live in areas where it might be maybe a little bit more deprived or there's different things going on and we're the ones struggling to buy, in America to buy fucking eggs, for example, with how fucking expensive everything is. Like
Fucking
they're
tank
not
of
they're not
gas
dealing with that.
today.
Oh yeah.
$68 for 12 gallons. And I got the cheapest fucking gas.
You're getting the Brit prices now. Welcome
I'm
to our
getting I'm
world.
getting the fucking Brit prices, but I have to drive 3 hours to get to the nearest city. It's bullshit.
Famously lives 3 hours away from Austin.
No, I live in Austin. I'm saying that fuck you, man. Okay. Next question. What is your opinion on CD and vinyl record pricing? Do you think it's gotten out of hand from Merck, who has a CD showcase Instagram you guys should check out?
Yeah, I'll tag them below for everybody to look out for. I'm not much of a collector like you are, but I what puts me off collecting is how expensive it is.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah.
fucking absurd, dude. Okay, I we're gonna talk about the new singles that came out, right? But I wanted to get Muse's new album, $5, for,
hmm
like, the edition that has all the stuff, like, all the posters and shit like that, and I'm like, "Okay, that's $45. If I really like the album, I'll do it, or maybe I'll just get, like, the cheaper version." But
Yeah.
then I think
Yeah.
about it, pre-COVID, like, when I first started collecting, I paid, like I would have paid, like, 20 bucks for that record.
Yeah. Yeah.
CD would have been for it would have been, like, 10 or $11. And now the CD for it's 24. The record is, like, anywhere from 40 to 45. And that's not even including, like, the sleeves that I use to make sure the records don't scratch over time. It's fucking ridiculous. And as someone who's started to see the back end of all of it, where we're looking at, like, pressing vinyl for our album,
It's cheap, ain't it? Like it's not
yeah,
well,
we
it's not
can
cheap, cheap, but like it's
yeah, we
for these bands,
can
it's cheap.
get our records, right, for probably 17 or 18 a unit, and we'd sell it for 20 bucks, and that's for a very small batch order. The bigger batch you do, the cheaper it is. These guys are getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of records, and then selling them for, like, 3 times the per unit price.
Yeah. Ludicrous. It's and that goes against everything they stand for yet again. That
Yeah,
literally ties into what we were just speaking about. Like you're supposed to be for the working, for the people that are, the people that are listening to your music. If you're anti-establishment, if you're punk, or like with Muse, like they're always talking about taking the power back and kind of being against all this shit.
well, actually, Take the Power Back was off of Rage Against the Machine's debut album, but
I'll have you know that that is actually a lyric in in what song is
oh,
it?
yeah, yeah, go
Hysteria?
ahead.
Is it
Yeah.
Hysteria?
Oh,
Hysteria?
I don't know, is it Hysteria?
I wanna take the power back. What song's
But,
that?
nah, man, like
What song is that? No, no. What song is
oh,
that?
no, 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 you got it, go ahead.
Call yourself a fucking Muse fan.
No, no,
Um,
you said it's Hysteria. You sure it's Hysteria?
Stockholm Syndrome, maybe. Plug-in Baby? No, that's not Plug-in Baby. Anyway,
It's
I'm
Uprising, by the way.
Uprising. There you go, and that's a great track. That's a great
I
track. That
I
is a
was
great
fucking
track.
waiting on you to get it, man. I'm kinda disappointed, a little
Well,
bit,
I knew the
honestly.
lyrics, so I obviously know the fucking song. So come
Yeah,
on.
but
um, yeah, it goes against everything, and I think like you're in a band, and obviously you're not signed with like some major label. You're not
yeah,
millionaires, obviously, but surely these dudes do have a say in these things. Like surely, and
yeah,
surely if it's this bad, like if it's three times the price of what they're paying for it, or four times the price, whatever, surely they step in and go, hey, like we make music for people that are struggling.
yeah.
Let's give something
It's like
back. We're a band, we make millions. Let's give back.
that's where I wanna give big fucking credit to Foo Fighters. They released their new album, 24 bucks.
That's good.
And, like, realistically, 24, $25 is still a good chunk of money for a record,
Hmm.
but also for a band of their caliber, that's really fucking good pricing.
Yeah. And is there 10 songs on there? Is there any bonus tracks or anything, or is it just
I think
is
it's just base album, but still, that's a solid, like, 45 minutes of music. You're basically paying, like, maybe a buck 50 a track, which
that's
is
pretty
really
good.
fucking good to me, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's weird, ain't it? Like I don't think there's any excuse for charging like what Muse are charging. And I love Muse, and
Yeah,
I want to go to a show. I want to, like I want to experience some of these new songs that they're bringing out live because I think they're great. I've heard they put on a really good light show live. Like I heard it's a very cinematic experience with
it
certain
is,
songs, like
yeah.
Knights of Sidonia and stuff. Like it's, they've got some awesome tracks, but yeah, I feel like more people need to call it out. And I kind of had a thing on my story the other day when I was calling out. Obviously, like I've got fucking 12,000 followers. Like me calling someone out isn't exactly like this
Oh, yeah,
groundbreaking thing,
Ben's
but
calling everybody out.
everyone starts shaking.
Everybody starts
um,
shaking. The music page with 12,000 followers has something to say.
but Breaking Benjamin, that they're the same. They were kind of doing something similar to all that, and I think more people, I speak out about it. I've got 12,000 followers, so if at least two people, three people, five people see that and potentially repost it or comment the same thing under their post, then eventually more and more people are going. That's how things work.
Yeah,
That's the whole point of protests of large amounts of people, because the more people you get that are going to talk and be vocal, then the more chance of change you've got you know
yeah.
um
It's like so I went to a show last night, and a lot of this has nothing to do with the bands. Sometimes it's the tour organizers, but I saw a couple people with, like, shiny VIP bands, and I'm like, "Oh, just out of curiosity, how much did you pay to meet the band?" Right? The VIP bracelet for the show yesterday did not give you access to meeting the band. For $100, you got access to buy merch before the show so you could take it back to your car.
Don't get me fucking started. Oh, this is the same thing with that festival the other week. It's the same
Also, yeah,
bullshit.
but I
It's
will say, big shout out to the band Wake Lee, the band Max Seal, and the band Free Throw. The show last night was sold out, and they put me on the guest list, just because I wasn't able to get a ticket, and I think that's really fucking cool of them. So,
did you know these dudes or?
nah, man. A friend of mine reached out to him and was like, "Hey, tickets are sold out. Do you have any other way of, like, getting a ticket?" And they just said, "Yeah, what's your friend's name?" And then they put me on guest list.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's really fucking cool.
but no,
Can I
big
just give a quick shout out as well to a band just while we're on this quickly?
yeah, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Um, Sweet Pill.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I love Sweet Pill, man.
they, I don't want to like say too much of it, but they offered me tickets to go see them. They were the first band that's ever like reached out to me and kind of offered to put me on the guest list and stuff.
Yeah,
And they unfortunately had to cancel their tour like a couple weeks after sending me
shit.
that text. But recently they've all kind of came back together again, and they made a little video the other day on their Instagrams and all over the socials and stuff, and kind of addressed a few things, and really cool to see them like back on their feet and stuff. So I hope that they can get back on the road soon and start touring because I'd really like to see them, and I'll promo the hell out of it because I feel like they need. They need more people to like they need more eyes on them, right? Like they're a great band. They obviously had some issues on the road last time mentally and with a few other things. So I really hope they can get back on their feet. And if if you're
Yeah,
listening to this, check them out. If you like them, go buy a t-shirt or something on their website. Like just go help them out in a way that you can.
yeah.
With the rise and everything right now, like they probably need the help. So just a little shout out to Sweet Pill there as well. But yeah.
Where were we before that, man?
We were talking about
Oh,
the
CD
CD
and record price.
prices.
Yeah, man, it's bad.
Hmm.
It's to the point of where I mean, you've seen my collection, but it's to the point of where I've slowed down on adding shit because it's fucking absurd. I went to Record Store Day, got a Pink Floyd live show, that I've been hoping they put out for a couple of years now, and that alone, already $80. It's like a
Is that like the
4-hour-long
Pompeii
show.
one?
Nah, man, I got the Pompeii one last year. This one is something in, like, Los Angeles. I think the LA Sports Arena. It was, like, right after Dark Side of the Moon, right before Wish You Were Here. They sold out their first night, so they opened a second night, and it sold out immediately. So they opened 3 more nights, and those all also sold out immediately. So it's just, like, the best of those shows put and remastered by the greatest, in my opinion, uh, producer, Steve Wilson. Um, Sounds fucking insane. It sounds beautiful, but also that's $80, you know?
That's insane.
That's a
That's
tank and a
insane.
half of gas for me.
Do these like surely like if you're a band of Pink Floyd size, do you really need to be milking that much money out of people? With the amount of money they've made throughout their entire career, with the amount of money they're still making,
Yeah.
do they really need to be charging these prices? Like seriously?
I don't think so, man. But also, then again, it's like one of those things of I fall just as guilty into paying it, and then I look at it in hindsight and I'm like, "God damn it, dude. Fuck."
I think like I understand collectors and things like that. I mean like I know a lot of people that collect like Pokemon cards or collect our friend was gonna collect this like doll or something for like $200 or something.
Oh,
Like
yeah. Fucking
fucking
insane, by the way.
who's paying $200 for a doll, by the way?
Me. I
Like
would pay $200 for a doll of
it
you.
was just like an alternative Barbie. Like it's just like it was just weird.
Yeah, it is,
Um
man. But
Shout out Jocelyn.
yeah, shout out Jocelyn.
But I know people that pay these prices for things, and I do get it because obviously they hold value. Like
Yeah.
it's a collector's piece as well. Like if you want something bad enough, you're gonna pay for it. That's just the reality of the world. But
Yeah.
these bands just need to help people out a little bit more, just help, just lower the prices a little bit. I understand certain pieces are going to be rarer and there's only so many of them made because you kind of have to create that like want for something. But just help people out a little bit more. Just cut the price a little bit. $80 is too high. Let's do 60. Let's do 55.
Yeah.
Like there's ways around it. I feel like it in this economy as well. Like fuck. Like you talked about you filling up your car there and you talked about concert prices, everything. It
Yeah.
all adds up. It's too much.
It's
It's
to
too
the
fucking
point of
much.
where I looked at, like, just how much realistically, like, if this price increase keeps going as exponential as it has been, we're looking
Hmm.
at in a few years, some of these records are gonna be like $100 just
Hmm.
for a 3 record, you know? Sometimes there's these things where it's like they fill a record with liquid, and after a few months it dries out, but they still charge $100 for it.
What is it with those lick? I think I saw a Soundgarden thing or
Yeah,
something the other day.
Audioslave,
Audio Slave, yeah.
they're repressing, Out of Exile with black liquid, and it's like, they're doing it for profit, obviously. I mean, everything's for profit nowadays, but
Literally.
it's like they're prioritizing that over just the regular version, you know?
Very strange. Like very, very strange. Especially bands of like, that sort of stature and that level. I can't wrap my head around it. But yeah, to answer your question, Merc, it's fucking expensive and it's bullshit. And the only way it'll ever change is if people come together and say something. If enough people come together, I hope we can potentially start a movement there. But
Yeah.
in this world, I
With
don't
all
know.
12,000 of your followers, all
Hey,
800 of them.
listen, we're growing fast. We're growing fast. Soon we'll be at 30,000. Soon, I'm telling you. This time next year, we'll be at
Yeah, fingers
30,000 for
crossed,
sure.
fingers crossed.
Maybe not.
But no, we got another question. I think this is the last one
Yeah,
before
yeah.
we
We'll
can
have
move
this as the
on.
last one,
But
and then we'll talk about some stuff.
Tyler said, "What is the perfect amount of albums for an artist or band to release? My opinion is 6." I disagree.
I disagree.
I think a band it's very dependent on the band because
There
there's
isn't a
some
perfect.
where
There isn't a perfect
yeah.
number.
It's like there's some where you look at Queens and it's like, I think after this next album, it would be understandable if they retire, you know? But then you look at bands like System, they released 5. 5 albums, yeah? Self-titled, Toxicity, Steal
Yeah.
This
Aren't Limp
Album.
Bizkit the same? Didn't Limp Bizkit only do like three or something, or like four?
Dude, Biscuit has too many albums.
Really?
Yeah, man, they're still releasing new music.
I thought they only had like three or four.
They
Maybe.
have 3 or 4, like, really big ones, to my knowledge.
I'm gonna
'Cause they
fact check you on
have
this after the pod.
Results May Vary, they have Chocolate Starfish, $3 Bill, Significant Other, they got Gold Cobra, Still Sucks.
How many all in all? Do we know? Six,
I mean,
seven.
I don't have, like, a count off the top of my head.
Maybe I'm just kind of thinking about how they just play the same song like 50 times in a row when they perform
Yeah,
live. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of.
probably. They don't really
Uh,
play new stuff live,
it's
yeah.
just one of those days. Um,
Yeah, where you don't wanna wake up. But no, like, you look at bands like System, they released a few albums, they realized that they've kinda peaked, and they haven't released much new music since. They released the stuff for the Armenian genocide, like the genocidal humanoids and all that stuff, but
yeah,
they haven't done another album. And a lot of that might just be because, John Doyleman is, like, a mega Trumpster now, and the band hates talking about politics with him, but
yeah.
it's
I
it's
think
very
um,
dependent.
I think it's dependent. I think it's more of like a selfish outlook sometimes for me anyway. Like I'll look at a band like I don't know. I'm not going to say Foo Fighters because their new
Yeah,
record, I'm going to get into that. But like some of their other stuff, I wish they didn't release that because if I go and see Foo Fighters live, I want to hear their early stuff. So
yeah,
the more kind of garbage that a band puts out in a way, like to just put it bluntly, because a lot of like new rock anyway, like when older bands make new stuff, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't work in my opinion.
yeah.
Um, it can kind of clog up a set list and just make it a worse concert experience when there's worse songs on there. Like
But
if
also,
you went
worst
and
songs are so fucking subjective, you know?
it is, but like even in fact, let's just jump straight into the the album stuff actually, because I think this will factor in anyway. Like you look at Foo Fighters, this new record they've done. I've got a confession to make. It's fucking great.
Yeah.
I really like it. And you're not that much of a fan, are you? I know you're
I
kind of like
mean,
maybe fence sitting on it like a little bit.
for me, it's like one of those where I enjoy it. I need to listen to it a couple more times to like fully digest it, but it's very reminiscent of their old stuff. It has a lot of that like angry energy that I miss seeing from
Punk
them.
feel a little
So
bit, yeah. Yeah, I think. Look, I think 9 times out of 10, there's a few bands out there that for whatever reason nail it every time. You
yeah,
know, I Queens are one of them. I give them a hard time about Villains. Villains is a good album. There's no denying that it's a good album, but in my opinion, it's their worst. But it's still a great record from the
yeah,
last. When was it released? 2015, something like around
2017.
2017.
Yeah,
Yeah. So of the last 10 years, when we're talking about rock records that have been released, it probably ranks quite high
yeah.
because there's been a lack of good new music, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just the way the world's going or whatever, or just people lose their spark a little bit. But there is a lack of good stuff. So when you get a Foo Fighters album like this, I'm kind of like, maybe if this came out in like 1999 and I was alive then and I was a music fan, maybe I'd say it fucking sucks. But we've been deprived of good shit, so for me it's really good. But you look at some of their other albums, it's not very good. So if you go see Foo Fighters, right, it can kind of impact your experience there negatively because a lot of these albums are widely regarded as not being very good.
Yeah.
What's that one Foo Fighters album? Is it Sonic Highways or something?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, Sonic
not
Highways.
Yeah,
That's,
not a fan. I'm not a fan. Like,
not at
just
all.
putting it out there, not a fan. I don't know many people that are. I've never heard a Foo Fighters fan say that's my favorite album. Someone prove me wrong in the comments. They probably will. There'll be some guy.
Someone's
By the
gonna be
way,
like,
this is my fucking
"Actually,
favorite.
Sonic Highways saved my life."
Yeah. But yeah, again, just to kind of go back into that, that is the cool thing about music in a way. Like
Yeah,
there might be a song on that album that did save someone's life, and fucking that
but
is cool.
also, like, with the whole 6 album thing, I just wanna say, like, you look at bands like Pink Floyd, I just did the, like, tracks in my head, that would be, like, 2 or 3 albums before Dark Side of the Moon was released. Like, if they stopped at 6, they never would have put out The Wall, Animals, Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here. I mean, Wish You Were Here was 9 albums in for them.
Yeah, which is crazy. That's
Yeah,
wild when you think about it. Um, But yeah, thanks for the question, Ty. I think all in all, there's not a right answer. It's very dependent on the
yeah,
band, and I think it's all just taste. It's all subjective taste, with any band really. But to kind of move on, so we just touched on the Foo Fighters stuff there. I just want to kind of
yeah.
say that this album is really good. It makes me more excited to see them as well. They performed last night in no, was it Ohio?
Uh,
Connecticut. I think they're in Connecticut.
probably.
Yeah,
I'll
couple
take
of
your
my
word
followers.
for it, yeah.
Yeah, take my word. A couple of my followers went to see them there, and looked like a really good time.
Yeah,
Debuted a lot of the songs from their new album on the set list. Like a great time, and definitely more excited to see them now that this has came out. Window specifically is a really good song.
Window's probably the best track on the album.
Best track on the album for me too. I think it's kind of widely regarded as that as well. I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
comments about that. It's a really good track.
Caveman is my least favorite, though, so
Yeah, for me, it's is it Child Actor? He just screams the
yeah.
same thing like 58 times or something. But all in all, like it doesn't offend me. Like the songs aren't
Yeah.
offensive to me. Like I can listen to them and I'm not skipping them, you know.
Speaking of
Um,
offensive songs, um,
oh yeah.
have you heard that MGK and Fred Durst track?
Can I say something quickly? Can
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
I
go ahead.
just confess a
Go
little
ahead.
bit?
Go ahead.
It's not that bad. It's not that bad.
Oh, Ben.
It's not in my rotation. It's not something I'm going to play regularly. If it came on, let's say you're at a gig and you're waiting for the band to come on,
Yeah.
and for whatever reason this song comes on, you're probably gonna have a little, you're gonna bop your head a little
No,
bit
look,
maybe. Like
look,
it's
if MGK Fred Durst Fix Your Face comes on and I hear, "But for this one time, I'm all over your ass like cum drying," I'm not gonna bop my head. Sorry, if I hear Mickey Mouse kids turned rock stars and the old heads trying to kill the vibe, I'm like, no, Silicon Valley, Silicon tits. That's a pretty okay line.
But what about "But Rock's Not Dead as Long as I'm Alive" on a new metal track?
Even with some Altoids, I'm still gonna talk shit. Like it's classic Fred Durst, but because MGK is there, I just he's in my opinion like such a vulture
There you
culture
go.
fuck god damn it culture vulture, there
He's a
we
crooked
go.
vulture.
He's a crooked vulture. But nah, I can't get behind it, man. Everything he touches for me, I get that some people really like his stuff, but for me, he kind of just doesn't do it ever.
It's music for people that don't like love music. It's for casual listeners. I feel like it's the same with Youngblood fans. It's more
Yeah.
so like a casual thing, in my opinion, anyway.
I've only
Um,
ever known one Youngblood fan in my entire life.
I've not. I don't. Oh no. Yeah, I have met one actually. Yeah, I have met one. And you know what? 9 times out of 10, it's not for the music either. They just think he's attractive. I've
Yeah.
never. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I will say this about Youngblood. He seems like a really nice guy, by the
Yeah,
way.
dude,
Like,
like, I love Youngblood. I think he's really smart. He deserves the props he's given. He's just one of those artists where it's not for me.
yeah.
But speaking of music that is for me, that Muse hey, you good to move on, by the way? I don't wanna, like
Yeah, no. To be honest, I don't want to talk too much about the Foo Fighters album. Like, it's all right. Like,
yeah,
I like it. I
like,
will listen
it's
to it
good.
again.
Not
And
really much
Window
we
is my
can
favorite
say.
track. Yeah, it's just old Foo Fighters really,
Yeah.
but new.
But
Um,
Cryogen, man, from Muse, holy shit, I've had that on loop since it released. I love it. It's like Origin of Symmetry mixed with Absolution, but from modern Muse. It's so good.
it does remind me of old Muse, and I'm really happy about that because one of the tracks from that, like, did they release? Is it 3 tracks they've released all in
Yeah,
all?
3
I should
tracks
know
so
this stuff.
far. There was Unraveling, which for me has a lot of, like, Turnstile energy to it.
Hmm.
There's Be With You, which is, like, your typical like, soft, sappy Muse track. And then
Yeah,
there's this one where it's, "This is what I want the album to look like."
this is standout. This out of those 3, this stands out for me.
For me, this is,
Um,
like, the best Muse song in the last 10 years.
Yeah, I agree. It's really fucking good. I've had it on repeat as well, which is very rare for new music. I never normally, especially with like having the account and stuff, I normally listen to a song and then it's just that's it,
Yeah,
and I'm back to listening to like what I want to listen to or just on to the next new thing. Um, but yeah, this song is on repeat, and I'm very excited to see what the new album's gonna kind of bring as well.
100%.
I'm hoping there's more Cryogen vibes. But obviously I'm not gonna bank on it because the other tracks didn't really like touch me in the way that Cryogen did.
Yeah. You like
Um,
it when Cryogen touches you?
I do. Yeah, I do.
But
But it's really good. Really,
it's
really good.
great, man. I will say though, I have the same worry for this album that I did for Will of the People, which their last album pretty good, but it was that same thing where it's like the last track is reminiscent of old Muse, and that none of the other tracks on the album are.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
really hoping that they kind of listened to what everyone was saying about the last record and kind of take that into account. Maybe, hopefully, they don't have a song where the lyrics are, "We are so fucking fucked."
Yeah, yeah. I can agree with that, yeah. I think with the new Muse stuff as well, like I asked my followers actually what they thought about it, and it's very 50-50
Yeah,
on if people
really.
like it or not. Yeah, which I was very surprised because for me this is just trademark classic Muse, and I'm just very surprised. So if you are watching this and you did vote on that poll, let me know what you didn't like about it if you can. Just because I am very curious because I can't find a fault in this track. I don't.
Like,
There's
the
there's,
only
there's not a
thing
part of this that I'm not liking. I love it all. I
the
think it's
mix
great.
for me took a second to get behind, but once you get used to it, it's like, "Holy shit, man."
Yeah, it's really fucking good. Um, and to kind of we've got another new release as well, and that's the Identity Crisis single.
Oh, I'm a
Um,
big fan of that one, yeah.
I'm a big Identity Crisis fan. I think they are saving the genre, I
Yeah.
think. Um, Same with there's a couple bands in this space as well. I mean, your band are one of them as well. You're quite
Oh,
local to these bands too. You're in there. You just need to release this new album, and I think you'll kind of make more of a splash. But they they've done some really good stuff. This new album is really, or not new album, this new single is really, really good. And I think when they do get around to releasing the album itself, it's gonna blow up because it's really fucking good. The music video as well is very cinematic. It's very like I can imagine the song being in a movie, to be honest. I could really see it. Just based off of the music video. I mean, we spoke before the call, or before the
yeah.
podcast, sorry, and we were talking about how sometimes a music video can kind of like drown out the actual music because the music video is so good. And I
Black
feel
Hole
like
Sun.
Black Hole Sun's one of them. But I think it's kind of a lost art as well because back in the day when music videos were kind of more of a thing, MTV, that kind of thing, I think it was more important to have a really good music video.
Yeah.
But nowadays, bands don't even bother. I mean, I just want to ask you as well, like for your band, have you ever thought about a music video, or is that
Yeah,
kind of not something you?
we have a few in the works. We're thinking about doing some stop motion stuff, some very politically charged stuff. I don't want to give away too much because we don't know like what we're going to be able to budget out. Because you know that we like doing all of our stuff fully by ourselves, just the three of us. So it comes down to like what we're able to budget out, but we have a few ideas for sure.
Yeah, that's really fucking cool, man.
Happy to talk about it like off the pod. But we got cool shit coming up.
That's cool. I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully I can catch a show as well when I come down
Oh,
in
dude,
October.
yeah. Speaking of coming in October, happy to announce that Ben loves me so much that he's making a trip to Austin for just like some general hangout and then also to go to Sick New World in Fort Worth, which is
We
going to
touched on
be
that earlier,
such
didn't
a
we?
fucking good show, dude. I'm so excited. Oh my god.
I think we need to make like it'd be cool to do like a little meet up there. See if we've
Yeah,
got any other followers there. Just for like 5 minutes, we can all have a beer or
yeah.
something.
I know
Um,
Tyler's planning on going too, yeah, so
yeah, Tyler, we've got him in the Dull Music group chat as well. If anybody wants to join the group chat, then just send me a DM. I can definitely add you to it. We've
yeah,
got a bunch of music fans in there. It's very sort of it's very
it's
non-musicy for
yeah.
the most part. There was a lot
It
of
it
just
was
general chat in there.
it was music-y for, like, the first 20 minutes.
And then it's just about the most random things you can think of. But that kind of is cool as well. So I do enjoy it.
It's a good place to make some friends. Fuck, it's how you and me kinda met, so
Yeah, it's how we met Tyler as well. It's how we met Josh. It's how we met everyone that we know from this page and this
yeah.
podcast and stuff. So
So, if you want to be parasocial and become Ben's best friend, the best way to do it is give up because I already took that role.
but if you join the group chat, still
Yeah.
listen to the pod. Don't neglect the pod. The pod is where all the gold's at. The group chat's cool, but it's no dual music podcast.
Oh,
That's all I
100%.
say.
Man,
Um,
I'm so excited for that whole trip, though. We're gonna have to, like, vlog it or something. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm thinking about. I think we should do a live podcast from the
Yeah.
Airbnb. I think that would be really cool.
We live record, we get those Meta glasses and record us dominating the VIP pit. We just jump over the barricade
VIP.
and crowd kill the VIP people.
That
You know what
actually
video I'm
happened.
talking about.
That actually happened at Vegas. I forget the
Yeah.
band. I think they're a Baltimore-based band or something like
That's
that.
what I
And
was
they
referencing, yeah, and they kinda just told people from what I've heard, they're like, "All these VIP motherfuckers need to get crowd killed. Everybody jump the fuck over. Security can't stop all of you."
and they couldn't.
Yeah, literally.
And you know what? It's crazy because the people in the VIP section were like genuinely terrified, and it's like,
Yeah,
dude, that's just a mosh pit. Like
but, like,
you're
that's
here
how
for
it
the
should
music.
be.
Like,
In my opinion, to circle back to, like, 40 minutes ago, that is fucking punk right there,
oh
you
yeah, that's
know?
punk. That's punk. Yeah, that is
Like,
definitely
just
punk.
beating the fuck out of VIP people that paid extra to not mosh, like
Well, in my opinion, like the VIP layout for that festival, they were like right at the front, right? VIP
yeah,
people
that's where
in the
the
front.
fucking pit should be.
That's where the pit should be. The VIP people should be like maybe at like an elevated, like if they want to stand and just enjoy it, make like a little like elevated sort of section towards the side or something where they can just stand and enjoy it from afar. You know, because in my opinion, from my experience going to gigs or festivals, the middle and the front should be for people that the middle is kind of like if you want to get a bit rowdy, maybe mosh a little bit, you're there. If you're at the front, mosh.
Yeah,
If you're at the back, you can just chill and enjoy the music, you know?
that's how it
That's how
should
it
be.
should be. Yeah. If you want a breather, if you want a timeout, if you just want to like stand and maybe just appreciate a band, stand near the back. You
Yeah.
know, and to be honest, it's a lost art as well. You know, standing at the
Lost Art,
back,
Queen's reference. Sorry.
it's a Queen's reference, but it's a lost art, you know, for some of you people, you know, you all want to get to the front and be at the barrier. Dude, just try going to a festival, try going to a show, stand at the back. You know, you have way more room, it's less sweaty, it's less weird. You've got less weird people around you,
You can get
you know,
drinks whenever you want. You can
get drinks
piss
whenever you
whenever
want.
you want.
You can sit down if you want. Like we did it for a few shows at the last festival I went to in Canada, and we just sat at the back. I think the Killers were playing. Obviously not a show that you mosh to anyway, but instead of
Yeah.
just being in the middle of it all, we sat at the back. There was like these little hills. We sat really far back. The sound was still really good. And we just sat and chilled. We just laid there listening to fucking Mr. Brightside. It was a core memory. It was really good.
I
You
mean,
know, so
fuck, one of my favorite memories of a festival ever was listening to Hozier. We were pretty far in the back, and we just kinda leaned up against some railing that speakers were next to. Beautiful memory, you know? Like, you don't
exactly.
have to be barricade. You don't always have to be in the pit. Sometimes you can just appreciate the music for what it is.
Exactly, and you know, like I don't know how it'll go when we go to this festival, but when I last went to a festival, I was fucking exhausted by the time the headliners were on. So
Yeah, man.
the
Like,
last thing I want, if I'm moshing all day, or if I'm in and out of the pits, if I'm just on my feet all day drinking whatever in the sun, the last thing I want at fucking 9 p.m. after being on my feet for like 12 hours is being in the middle of fucking 80,000 people getting
yeah.
absolutely fucked up. You know, I
Which
don't mind that in the middle of the day, but
ideally we'll save our energy for System Pit, because oh my
hopefully,
god, imagine how fun it would be to shove you to the ground during Toxicity.
here we go. The fucking how much do you weigh again, Andy? Like 122 pounds or something, and you're
Yeah,
like
we'll go with
four
that.
foot nine.
Yeah, totally. For all the ladies listening, 4'9", 113 pounds. Meanwhile, Ben's over here. He's 8'2", 700
9,000 pounds.
pounds. Yeah, 9,000 pounds. But no, speaking of sitting at festivals, that's one thing that I don't fuck with. Last time I went to Sick New World, there were people in the crowd that were just sitting, and we were trying
Okay,
to
that's
leave.
dumb.
Yeah,
That's dumb.
that's
Yeah, I
just
think
fucking stupid. But, like, if you're in the far back and there's nobody around you, take a seat.
yeah, we were kind of like perched on this like little hill. Like it was
Oh,
like a
yeah,
little
you're
hill
fine.
area, and we had kind of like a restricted view because of where we were, but it was great. You know, you don't always need like this is the thing. People think they need to see like the drip, the sweat dripping off of like the lead singer's chin when they're watching a
Yeah.
performance. It's like no, you don't need to be that close. You know,
If
you
I
don't need to
can't
be.
see Darren's swamp ass, did I really see System of a Down?
If you can't see the branding on someone's drumsticks, then you've not even seen them. You know, like
Yeah.
it's just weird. Like I think just you know stand by the back. Honestly, if anyone's watching this and you've never stood by the back and you're always kind of like looking to be at the front, just try it out. You know, you might not like it, you might not. Don't get me wrong, but I enjoy it, especially at a festival. You know, you're on your ass a little bit. Like you're tired. At a festival, you're tired. It doesn't matter who you are. You don't have the stamina to be 100% by the end of the night.
Yeah.
It's just you know nobody is, especially if you're
Like,
drinking, you're in the sun. Like it's a lot.
my thing is, if you asked me a year ago, I would have said the best show I've ever been to was Barricade for Queens, but now I would have to say it was Nine Inch Nails, and I was in the fucking nosebleeds for that one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but I got to see everything. I got to see the full lighting setup. I got to
You go pee
watch the
whenever you
whole
want to. Like
band. I could piss whenever I fucking wanted. It was beautiful, and considering how much I had to drink, being able to piss was a beautiful thing.
you didn't have to piss on the person in front of you like we normally.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
I didn't have to piss on Ben like I'm gonna have to at Sick New World. Won't have to piss on Tyler. It's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah, we'll just piss on Tyler instead. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. We'll have him wear a sponge for us.
Anyway, I just wanted to ask you quickly before we are kind
Yeah.
of approaching the end, but was there anything you wanted to touch on about what's been going on lately or anything? Is there anything you kind of wanted to
Yeah,
get into?
man. I know you said you had some stuff to talk about. This is gonna reference that close friend story that you were an asshole about earlier, but
Oh God.
dude, like, some people are real pieces of shit, you know? Like, I have a friend, who hasn't been in the best of situations of late,
Yeah.
and dudes tend to take advantage of that. So I kind of just like spoke out against this guy. I was like, "Hey man, you're being a real asshole." I'm like, "Please take a step back. Like this is my friend. Realize that you're being a piece of shit and step back." And dude goes, "Yeah, you just want to fuck some pussy." No, man. No, like oh my god. That's all I got to say is just
And I know you as well. That's the last thing that you're
yeah.
looking for. You're somebody that's just very laid back. I don't think you see people like that. I think there's an issue in
I
this
mean,
in this world where
yeah.
people see women as like a fucking piece of meat. And it's
Yeah,
really
literally.
strange.
Like, he referred to her as, like, a crumb, I'm pretty sure, which is just for me, it's a whole thing of I look at a lot of my female friends, and this might sound really weird, or just a lot of my friends in general, I don't see them as having genitals. All of my friends are like Barbies to me,
Yeah, 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 100%.
except for you, Ben, but that's a whole other
I was gonna say, like,
th
he sees me more of a fucking toy than he sees other people.
Yeah, that's
I'm
because
his
you're
favorite toy. Foo
yeah,
Fighters
you're my
reference.
favorite toy, Foo Fighters. But no, what about you, man? What do you have going on?
But well, no, I just wanted to say as well, just touching back to what you just said as well. Like me and Andy, especially, we're very, especially having this page and just my personality as a whole as well. We're very open to anybody, being friends with anybody. It doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, what gender you are, what your
Yeah,
sexual orientation is, and it's a big problem in society now as well. Like people just want to use and abuse and just be a cunt and
there's nothing more
um
punk than not being a fucking asshole.
literally and it's just really fucking sad how the world's going right now because you've got people like Andy, for example. Like, I know him really fucking well. Um, a lot of his friends, similar to me, like he's just friends with anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. He's not like a dude's dude. He's not like that's not the case. He doesn't care who you are, and I think that's why me and him get along so well. But because of the way people are acting, like this dude you're referring to,
Yeah,
it
it's
impacts us. It impacts just the regular folk out there that want to be friends with
yeah.
anybody and just be a
Oh
good
my god,
person.
I never told you my punch a Nazi story.
Go on, go on.
Okay, so I'm at a show. This is when I'm like 17 years old, right? This dude shows up with a swastika armband to this show and grabs this other dude's ass. I don't know why he did this, but I'm like, "Hey, whoa, what's going on
A
here?"
gay Nazi.
A gay Nazi, yeah. And
Oh
this
my
dude's
God.
obviously uncomfortable, and that dude's like, "What? You didn't fucking like it?" So I step up and I'm like, "Hey, man, back off. 1, armband's not cool." Anyways, this dude squares up, so I just hit him in the head with a beer bottle.
And this is Andy. Like this
Yeah, this
is,
is me.
if you
Like,
if you're doing this, it must be bad.
like, okay, I'm not saying this like a r slash that happened or yeah, I'm so fucking cool. But like, this dude harasses someone, comes up to the short dude with a beer bottle. I'm like, okay, fuck you. And I just smack him across the head. It's one of my favorite concert memories ever.
This is
But
Andy. This should be in your Instagram bio. It should be like
what?
gay Nazi beater
Gay
upper or something.
Nazi beater? Oh my god, dude. 5 likes on this podcast. I'll add I beat up gay Nazis to my Instagram bio.
With like a little punch emoji next to it. That would be great. It should be a hashtag actually. I think a hashtag would be cool.
Hashtag punch your local gay Nazi.
I'll put it in
By the
the
way,
caption
no
of this video.
problem if you're gay, but if you're a Nazi, that's where I draw the line.
Well, it doesn't
So,
matter if you're gay or if you're not like if you're a gay Nazi, you're just a Nazi. Like
yeah.
it doesn't matter that you're gay, but it's just funny
Like,
throughout the
there's something
context, I guess.
absurd about being a white supremacist and also being gay, because I feel like being
It
gay
goes
would
against everything
inherently
that
go against everything that Nazism supports.
yeah, exactly. And then being a Nazi goes against everything that like people of like the LGBT community go
Yeah,
for as well. So it's
it's
just a
fucking insane.
weird
But
catch-22 situation.
that literally goes to a punk show as the most antithetical punk person possible. Oh, I don't understand it, man. But you
I
said
hope he's
you
in the pit at Sick New World. That's all I'm gonna say.
if
I
he's
hope
in the
he's
pit
there.
at Sick New World, he'll get his shit stomped before he walks in, man. He would not be allowed in the venue, I don't think.
And yeah, it wouldn't be security stopping him. It would just be like regular people stopping him.
Yeah, it'd be a regular John, Queens of the
It would
Stone
be a
Age
regular John,
reference.
yeah.
But nah, just to like circle it away from, yeah, I support women. What's been going on in your life, dude?
Yeah. To be honest, I was gonna deep dive it a bit more, but I'm probably not gonna completely. But
Yeah.
yeah, man, life's just fucking is tough, and I hope if anyone's listening to this that you're not alone. You know, there's a bunch of people out there kind of going through it, and you know, I obviously run the page and stuff. We have the podcast. We have a really good little sort of online community now, not just within my followers, but we have the group chat and everything as well. It's really fucking cool. I've said it a million times as well. The YouTube, Spotify community is by far the best. It's always very supportive. I've not received one negative comment on these platforms ever, which is really fucking cool, especially considering it's actually us. You know, it's not like I'm reposting fucking Josh Homme farting or something. It's actually us, which is it's cool to always get
You
the.
fucking lost me at Josh Homme farting. Jesus Christ,
There was that
man.
one guy last week that asked
Yeah,
me to
there
do that. I
was.
remember. See,
Oh my god.
if you've not watched episode 2, just go watch it. Um, that will add the context you need. But life is
The
fucking hard. I
Josh
had to.
Homme farting and shaking ass context. Yeah.
Yeah, very very strange. I imagine it was I think they were called Lisa who asked it. I don't know. I don't too know.
Yeah.
Maybe it is. I don't know. Um, um, um. Anyway, so life is fucking tough, and I had to take a day away from the page a couple of days ago, and I've done that quite a bit actually. Like I've sometimes scheduled a lot of posts and then just kind of been off my phone a little bit more lately. Um, and yeah, it's just life is hard. I'm in a rut. Like I'm not working. I've not been working for quite a while now, and I just want to say to anybody out there, if you are going through it, then my DMs are open. We can chat.
Yeah. Same here.
Live, genuinely, like
Yeah.
anybody. It doesn't matter who you are. If you need somebody, then you know you can rely on us.
I
Even though I'm
mean,
going through it, I want to be there for people
it's one
because
of
I
those
can kind of
things
offer a.
where sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I can kind of offer like you know like a personal experience from it all. Like I'm living through it, so I know what it's like. You know, sometimes when you go and speak to a friend or even
Yeah.
licensed like therapists and stuff like they might not be experiencing it boots on the ground like a lot of we are, you know, like it's just I'm kind of going off on a tangent here, but it is difficult and um I know what it's like, so it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, you know, just come hit me up if you need anything and I'm there, we can talk about it.
Maybe the real punk was the talking about your trauma with a music page that we made along the
Exactly,
way.
exactly. um but no, genuinely, like
Yeah,
I say
like
this to anybody.
I mean, you and I have had plenty of chats about our personal shit. And Ben is a great dude. I am also here.
He's also an okay dude.
Yeah, I'm also a dude. So, nah, like to end the podcast on a sappier note, even if I don't know you guys personally, and I know this applies for Ben too. I know sometimes it's easier to talk to people if you don't know them personally, if they're not like personally super involved in your life. And I can't promise that the advice I'll give will be up there with the level of what a licensed therapist can provide. But if you guys need to talk to anybody, we always have your back, unless you're a Nazi. That's
Unless
like
you're a
the,
Nazi.
unless you're a Nazi.
Um, but yeah, 100%. I completely agree with what Andy's saying there. And a lot of sometimes it's not even advice. Sometimes it's just letting it all out and just
Yeah.
having someone hear you. That's sometimes the most important thing. Like we've had plenty of phone calls in the past. Like we'll just be playing a game or something, or just talking music, and we'll just have a bit of a rant. And sometimes, you can't give advice because you haven't lived through it and you don't know what it's like. But the best thing you can do is just hear someone out and just be like, yeah, I get that, and just let them get it all off their chest, and then it can sometimes lead to them feeling a little bit better, like feeling like a weight has been lifted in a way. And that's kind of what I've felt over the last few days a little bit. I'm still struggling, obviously, and to be honest, I kind of lost what I was going to say. I don't really want to go into the ins and outs of it, but obviously the main core problem is just with the way the world's going right now and just how everything is pretty tough. In terms of doesn't matter how old you are. I can imagine people that are going to high school and stuff are probably still going through it too. But in my case, the main issue is the job market and things like that, just kind of struggling to get by and things like that. So that's what's kind of getting me down a little bit at the minute. But I'm sure it'll pass over.
Yeah.
But if I'm ever, even though I've offered myself to people in DMs and stuff, if I'm ever kind of not as active on socials, if I'm ever not replying as much, or if I'm ever not posting as much, just know it's probably because I'm just a bit out of it. I've dedicated a lot of time to the page and stuff over the last probably
Yeah.
6 months now. Because I've not really been working or anything, so it's been really easy to just kind of get on my phone and do stuff, and you kind of feel a bit of burnout after doing that for so long. I think you experience it with anything, even if it's a passion, you do get burnt out. I know musicians
100%.
talk about getting
Yeah.
burnt out too.
I mean, it's one of those things for, like, even for my guys, we have certain songs that we don't play anymore just because we played them for, like, a year straight, and we kinda want to fucking move on, you know?
Yeah, 100%, and I think that's very common amongst musicians as well. And it's kind of to tie it back into what I was saying as well. It's kind of with my page as well. Like I want to sway away from.
Yeah.
I'm always posting about Queens, and I feel like I kind of have this like pressure on me to always post Queens because it's kind of what always does well. So I just wanted to say I want to change the content up a little bit. So if anybody has any ideas of what they do want to see as well, then let me know. And please, if you do see this podcast, if you see the page, leave a nice comment. Like just do something, especially on the YouTube as well. YouTube and Spotify are the probably the best ways to support us, besides what I'm going to just touch on in a minute. But just liking the podcast or commenting goes a really fucking long way.
Yeah.
You don't have to even watch the whole thing. If you've not made it this far, then it's cool. But if you have, then let me know. Obviously, because I do like to kind of track and see who our loyal listeners are. Because it's
Oh my god, you sound so fucking pretentious.
well, no, but it's cool. It's so. Do
Yeah,
you
it
not think
is,
that
it's cool,
it's so
yeah.
cool? It's cool
Man,
seeing who listens.
I just wanna say, I get a lot of DMs from you guys now, like, especially Lucio, Heather, big shout out to you 2 for just chatting with me. It's really fucking cool to have people that actually enjoy listening to what we have to say.
Yeah,
Um, but nah.
this is what I want to do. Like this is why I'm very I get a bit sappy about it because this is what I want to do. Like I
Yeah.
really do want to turn this into something that we can make even better and profit off of. I know in a few episodes time we're probably going to throw the cameras on and make it a little bit
Yeah,
more
man.
engaging. We want to get bands on. There's a lot of things we want to do, and I feel like that will come sooner than we think because I don't want it to dry up. Like I want it to
Yeah.
be good. I want it to just keep growing. Like obviously the first episode did so well, and then the second was a slight drop off, which is to be expected. If you release
Yeah.
something to begin with, people are going to be like, "Oh, this is a new thing," and then they might not like it, and that's completely fine. But if you do watch, then yeah, the best ways to support are by just kind of liking and commenting, and like I said, you don't even have to share it. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just click a few buttons, and it goes a long way for us. But the next way that you can support us, if you do want to, is we do actually have a link now as well. We're an affiliate for NordVPN.
Whoa,
We're not.
VPN, yeah.
I just want to say we're not sponsored. I just want to put that out there. It's not a sponsor. We're just an affiliate. So we
They're
actually have an affiliate link now.
really fucking cool though, man. I didn't really get the benefit of using a VPN until I started checking them out. I know you've used them for years now, but
Yeah.
they're
Uh,
really fucking cool. Even if you just use it to, like, get shows that you can't in other places, it's really neat. So,
there's a bunch of benefits out there. I've been using it for years, and that's kind of why it was the first thing that came to my mind when it came to like maybe getting something on board, like an affiliate link or a sponsor or something. Because we
yeah,
are really small still, so sponsors are a long way off probably, unless you know anyone that wants to.
like
But
Arby's, for example.
like Arby's. But you know, like getting this affiliate link is really cool. So if you sign up, there is a bunch of discounts sort of like on the main screen, and you have to use our link to do it all through.
Yeah,
And if you sign up with our link, you get if you sign up for the first month, we actually receive like 100% of the commissions through that.
yeah,
And if you sign up long term, we get 40% of the commission as well, which is really fucking cool. I never even knew stuff like this existed before I did my research and kind of
yeah.
got us this link and
It's
stuff.
really
I had
cool,
to send a
man.
few emails out. It's if you are starting your own podcast, it is a pretty easy thing to do, but I think you do kind of need like a bit of a following to begin with. So obviously we have the Instagram page, which does help us out in getting these types of things. But with a VPN, you can do a bunch of stuff with it. I use mine a lot on the go when I'm traveling. If you connect into public Wi-Fi, it stops people stealing your data. That's the main one. It's also great for if you're somebody that likes to watch different shows or sports that you can't access in your own country. You know, you can use a VPN and then sign up to like websites that are in different countries. And I know a lot of people use it for things like, and you probably shouldn't say this, but people like switch theirs to like Turkey and like sign up for like YouTube Premium and stuff, and they get a bit of a discount and things like that. So
Yeah,
there's a lot of different things that you can do with it, and it's good just for browsing the web. If you're browsing the web and you've got a VPN on, it just protects you, and it stops people from stealing all your shit, which is amazing. Um, there's a bunch of sales on, like I said. I think we have one that is like 72 or 73% off. So just have a scroll through and just kind of pick out what you want to use, obviously, and if you do, let me know because it does directly support us. And that's kind of the only way that
yeah,
we can sort of get anything from doing this because we do it's a passion thing. We do it for free, but
yeah. It's
obviously,
fun,
like we're
man.
we're people. We like to get stuff in return for it. But I think this is the best way to do it
Yeah,
because you're gaining something. You're not even giving it to us. The
yeah.
company gives
It's
it to
not like
us. So it's
merch or anything. It's just if you want a VPN, that's a cool way to support us.
exactly. And like I said, I've had one for years. It's great. I've got Andy onto it now. He's liking it. So
Yeah,
if you want to support, then let us know. I'll put the link in the description. You can only sign up through the link, and I'll also throw it up on the Instagram stories as well. Uh, and yeah, I think that's
speaking
everything.
of liking things, I
Yep.
think it's about time that you and I end this episode and play our favorite game, Roadside Research. Thank you everybody for listening. If you've made it this far, I know it was a little bit delayed, which is why we yapped for 30-ish extra minutes, but love you dudes. Next week or the week after, we might have cameras on. We got some cool topics for the next couple weeks too, as well. So love you
Hell yeah.
dudes and peace
Thank
out.
you, everyone. Cheers, guys.
Yeah. Bye.